All right, everybody. Welcome on into the hot corner. Did everybody get their patios swept this afternoon?
No. Oh, yeah.
Baby.
How about that?
Get out there and sweep that patio before the next storm comes. The Giants sweep the homeless Athletics.
Yeah.
And, hey, welcome on in. Hot corner. NorCal Sports Network and Giants Sports Talk Live teaming up every Sunday night at 8 o'clock. And let's thank our sponsors of the show. That would be Chapman Law Group for NorCal Sports Network. Chapman Law Group, located in Marin, licensed in all of California. Give Chapman Law Group a call if you've got a personal injury situation. They can be reached at 415-613-9483. That's 415-613-9483. Don't settle with an insurance company if you got an injury. They like to lowball you. Call Chapman Law Group. They'll get you the most amount of money. And they're Giants fans. So give them a call.
Go ahead, Eric.
And
there you go. And for Giants Sports Talk Live, you got Lefties over there in Burlingame. You got Duxwell Printing, Signatures for Soldiers. Man, that's a great organization. Helping out vets, both homeless and those who are down on their luck. And then, of course, where do we get our credit cards, Glenn?
Well, after we visit GenesisGoldIRA.com, we head over to BetterCreditCards.com. Eric, for the best credit card available just for you.
There you go.
Because I know you need a credit card. You need a new credit card, guys, to get more of those squares we'll be talking about.
There we go.
Johnny Cesari. I may be pronouncing it wrong. Cesari. I'm not sure. He hasn't told me yet, but I'll just keep saying it both ways. One of them's right. He says Giants have 3 sweeps. Mariners, Astros, and the Athletic supporters. Okay. Yes.
Looks like I'm going to be the first one that hits the mark. I said they get 79 wins. They're well on their way.
There you go. Oh, man. But you know what? I'll tell you, as far as the sweep is concerned, look, the A's are not a bad team as far as the lineup. And I think they prevent, what is it? I think they only allowed, the Giants, I think allowed, 3 or 4 runs in the entire series? It's pretty damn good. The pitching minus Verlander, and I don't know does anyone have any details what physical limitations he has today? I know they came out with a tweet talking about physical limitations. 42 years old, I guess that's all you got really said. They said he's going to be fine on his next start, whatever, but
yeah, what's he been throwing this year? He's been throwing in the mid-90s, hasn't he? More like 94, 95?
There's been times he's been at 95, 96, but
today
he's
at 91 today.
91, 93 at the most, yeah.
I don't remember seeing 93. Maybe there was a few in there. I kept seeing 91s, but
not a 91s, yeah.
Yeah, a lot of 91s. Maybe who knows?
But the sweep, that's hard because the A's had opportunities. They kind of look like the Giants sometimes with their lineup where you get the bases loaded and you get nothing coming across. So the Giants were able to navigate it, and hey, they're at the what is that? The bottom of the 8th. They were able to capitalize.
Arm fatigue. He's thinking could be. Yeah, maybe you give him skip a start and maybe what's the IL for the pitchers now? It's
15
days. Yeah.
So you miss 2 starts if you go on IL.
Yeah, maybe 3, huh? Yeah. Well, we'll see how that turns out, but. You got Harrison down there. You got Wisenhunt, who pitched another great game today. It's for Sacramento. He keeps throwing up great numbers. So we'll see how that goes. We got a super chat first
right
round
off
of the day. Fuji Simeon hits one out of the park right off the beginning. Ramos and he says, should Giants sign Ramos to an early extension? You know what? If he has a really good first half and continues, I would really consider it. He's only 25-ish.
25. Just buy out the rest of his ARB.
Yeah, buy out his ARB and a couple years beyond. Buy him out till about age 32-ish, and
unless he wants to be a free agent at 30, he might.
Yeah. It's hard to turn down money when it's put right in front of you. I mean, you never know what tomorrow holds. Look at Jonathan Kuminga. He had a pretty good offer with the Warriors this year and didn't take it, and it was reportedly be about $30 million. Now they're projecting him to get $18 to $20 million next year.
There you go. That's not good.
So
I'd take 18 million every day.
But what surprised you? Is there anything that surprised you in the series? Let's talk about the series. I mean, I was a little worried because I know the A's, they got some big bats. You got Wilson, you got Kurtz, you got Soderstrom, you got Rooker, you got
Langoliers,
and what's his name? The right fielder. How come I can't think of his name?
Who was playing center today?
Lawrence
Butler.
Lawrence
Butler. Yeah.
I think you hit it off the top of the show, Eric. I think my surprise was just the fact that whether our starters or then when you went into the bullpen was absolutely dominant yesterday and the entire series. So the fact, I think that we just shut down their bats. We intimidated them with our pitching. I think that was the story of the series.
100%.
Yeah, I say
100%.
the pitching, definitely. The fact that the A's scored, 2 runs in the series?
It was like 3. I think it was 3. I think Dean said.
No, 9-1, and they got
1-1
yesterday. They had 2 today. They had 2 today. That's right.
2, yeah. So
3.
I think they had 4 or 3. Yeah.
3 runs, and they're lucky they got the one against Webb because good throw to the plate. He's out by whoever that was, Fitzgerald, I think it threw it in. Yeah. So, I mean, he was out by a mile. The throw just bounced, and Bailey missed it, and he almost still got him.
Yeah.
So, the A's did not hit well after erupting for like 15 runs earlier in the week against the Dodgers. I believe they got 15, or did they get 20? Something like that. I can't remember what they scored. Didn't they beat the Dodgers like 21-0 or something?
Something like that. They put a shellacking on them.
Or maybe I got the wrong. Maybe that was Denver.
I thought it was.
Or Colorado.
So with all our good pitching, now is the time to be picking up the phone, calling the Philadelphia Phillies. Make a deal with the Phillies. They're going to need a reliever, Eric.
Yeah.
They lost Jose Alvarado for the whole season and the playoffs.
Yeah. They're going to need a bullpen guy. There's no doubt.
He can come back August 19th for the regular season, they say, but he's not eligible for the playoffs.
Nope. Lou, you were at the game Friday. How electric was that? Because that was some kind of game right there.
Yeah, it was funny. I was next to the security guard, and I sort of forgot about Panda when he had the 3 homers in the World Series. But I said, God, we're seeing history. Beside opening day, I don't really count the Dodgers shortstop hit 3 the first day it opened. But no, it was good. It was rocking. To tell you the truth, a lot of A's fans. There was probably 40% A's fans throughout. I
saw a lot of Cell jerseys or Cell T-shirts on the TV.
Yeah,
today.
I mean, but it was nice. It was nice to see a rocking park. One thing I did want to say about this series, great to get the sweep. But you know what? We could have lost 2 games, and we should have lost yesterday. We got lucky, winning late. And then today, I don't know what it is, but when we go against a lefty who throws really slow junk, Ramos hit the homer. Does anybody else know that the next 20 batters all went down? He retired 20 straight batters, and until they when he did the walk, they took him out. Then the right-hand guy came in and got rocked. Something's wrong with this team where we cannot hit. We should never go 20 against a pitcher who's, ERA. The guy never went out of the windup. Never went to the stretch.
Never went out of the windup.
And yesterday they got 1, and today, we had to go to the bench to get 2. I don't know who's doing the chat. I did not say.
Yeah, you got an imposter. I see him.
Obviously, yeah.
You have an imposter.
I think Wade's lucky he's on the team. Personally, I would never. First of all,
they stole Lou's.
They stole Lou's stuff. Yeah.
So, I'm a little bit frustrated just with the Giants' power. I mean, if we go today, we get very lucky. But against lefties, and what's going to start happening is teams are going to start just throwing, if they can, 2 lefties out of 3 against us, just because we're having so many problems. I mean, I don't know what it is, but every game, on Friday night, we went against, Friday night, I thought we turned a turn, where we had the 3 bombs, but really it was all Flores that got the big bops against the lefty. And then today, if you look, we only struck out 5 times, but we're just not hitting. Lee, 0 for 4. Chapman, 1 for 3. Adames, 0 for 2. Matos. It was just, it scares me a little bit because against teams that maybe have a little bit better offense than the A's,
more horsepower,
we're not going to win these close games. So, I just wanted to bring that up. I know a lot of us maybe didn't see the game today. Maybe they were watching the hoop game, understandable, but you should have gone back to the Giant game when the NBA game was 35 points. But it's just, you cannot and especially at home, you cannot go 20 straight batters and not get a hit against, a mediocre lefty pitcher. That's all I'm going to say. But hey, I'll take the sweep anytime, and it's good. Now we look forward to Kansas City. It's going to be Kansas City's got great pitching. And I think the one thing about the Giants is we obviously know we need a bat. I just hope, with our surplus of pitching, we do something with the surplus and try to get one, maybe two at bats, if possible. That's all I can ask.
And what is it about, Lou? Every time I go to the Oracle Park there, if you take Wilmer Flores out of the equation, they talk about, they're a team that can hit for power. And, we wanted to see them get away from that a bit. Well, they get away from it. How come it's all the visiting teams that are able to put the ball out of the park? They say, it's a hitter-friendly park. You can't look for home runs at Oracle Park. Well, the visitors always seem to have pop when they come into our building, don't they?
They didn't this weekend.
Not this. Yeah, Ace, not so much. But other teams, they've come in and they've planted
a lot of games this year. Look at that Arizona series.
Arizona, they were popping the ball, man.
Yeah. I don't know.
I just don't know what is the identity of this team. What is the identity? We don't have a bench.
Pitching.
We don't have a very deep. We have no bench, really. When you
got to
bring
number one bullpen in baseball. They've got a really good, solid starting staff that's been performing well. And
I was talking about. I was going down the road of the hitting. I mean, are we a power hitting team? Not really. Or we saw at the start of the season. Eric and I were excited anyway that they were going to get on base and move them over and play a little small ball, and they seem to get away from that. And you get a. Maybe it's just a custom of baseball, but you get a guy who goes a stretch with no home runs and he hits a couple, and all of a sudden, then he gets away from trying to put the ball in play. And gotta hit the power.
You know what it is? The Giants are just happen to get hits when it matters the most. Look, for example, the eighth
opportunistic team. Yeah, they've been.
What happened? Wade, who can't get off the interstate, hits a triple, right? Bailey comes in, he can't hit off the interstate, gets a single, tie game.
Yep,
and
just
then, of
like
course,
that.
Ramos
just
comes
like
in.
That.
Yeah,
and you tell me the other team shouldn't be salivating when they're bringing 170 hitters off the bench to pinch hit.
But here's the problem though. That the issue is because the Giants are so lock solid with their pitching that even if the Giants just score one or two runs, right now it's enough. A lot of these other teams, not so much.
Look, this team is very similarly built to the championship teams that Buster Posey played on. They weren't
12 and 14 tortured.
Yeah, they weren't teams that hit the ball out of the park. They're won close games. This is a team, we've been saying it all the beginning of the year, this team that's going to win 2-1 games, 3-2 games a lot at home. And they do a little bit better hitting on the road just because this is a hard park to hit in. For whatever reason, it's just not a hitter-friendly park. But getting back to Springs, Lou, the Giants have struggled against lefties that throw the changeup, and it seems like they just haven't been able to do it. And Springs, like you said, he had at one point he never pitched out of the stretch today. They could not. First batter hits a home run, then they never. Then he gives up the next hit and he's out of the game. Never walked a guy. He never had a guy. Giants didn't have a guy on base.
What do you think of Kotsay yanking him? Had one out and just all you did is allow one hit.
That's stupid. That's the stupid analytics.
Man.
It's just dumb. The guy, he hadn't done anything.
There was no reason
everybody down. But I got a feeling, that even though as well as he pitched, Springs is going to be on waivers at some point later tonight somewhere.
Yeah, I'm sure he will be.
Hey, the other thing too is, we talked about Verlander. I thought Melvin again. I don't know what it is. Could not anybody else see that Verlander didn't have it? The second, third inning, he couldn't throw a fastball over.
He had no command.
All he had to do, he kept throwing the curveball. And then, of course, you bring out the manager. You bring out the pitching coach to talk to him. The next pitch, base hit, we're down 2-1. I'm sorry, but I'm getting a little sick and tired of Melvin, where everybody at the ballpark and on TV can see our starting pitchers don't have it. He was at 82 pitches before he gave up in the fourth inning, before he gave that single. If you're going to do this, you got to take a stand. I don't care. It's not like he needs to get through the fourth to get the win. On these games that are going to be close, that could have been the difference of the game. If the Giants would have lost 2-1, would have been very frustrated. But they give Melvin every pass in the book. And,
well, here's
I'm just
the thing,
trying to get a little sick and tired of it.
I think what's happening, and I think the club knew this, because they talked about this medical issue. Again, I think Dallas, the terminology they used was a physical limitations. What the hell is that? Did he have hemorrhoids?
Another excuse.
I don't know, man. It's like, and obviously it was something significant for his velocity to be down as much as it was. Is it an arm issue? Why aren't they? Usually they come out. Usually they're not. Basketball. They're a little bit.
I think Aaron's onto us something. Maybe I think they don't want to
dead arm
come out and say right now he's got a dead arm. It looks bad. I mean, it looks kind of like, wait, the guy's 42. You signed a 42-year-old. You were all.
Everybody knew this was going to be an issue.
Yeah, everybody. Yeah, exactly. And I think they're just going to try and say, you know what, watch him skirt around it and watch him skip a start.
And then that will tell you. Maybe that wasn't a wise move, signing a starting pitcher, a 42-year-old starting pitcher. Something we've been saying. Glenn, you've said it. Dan, you've said it. Lou, you've said it. It doesn't make sense for them. Yeah,
nobody else wanted him. Remember, nobody else called Verlander except us. He was in shock. The Giants called him.
Yeah, I do think Harrison would get the nod. I don't think they would. That would be stupid to put Hicks back in if you just took him out.
It wouldn't be Hicks. No way.
Yeah,
and at this rate, he's going to have to pitch till he's about 55 before he can get his 300 wins.
Yeah, if he stays on the Giants, if he stays with the Giants, they can't. They cannot buy him a win. They can't. I mean, just hey, if you get the lead, you know what? Just slip Ryan Walker some pill that gives him the runs, and he's got to, get him out of there. Don't let him back, man. Jeez.
But it should be a good pitching matchup the next couple of days. So you see where we got a dandy one tomorrow. Tomorrow's going to be, I think, the best pitching match of the series. You got Robbie Ray and Bubik pitching, and then we get a chance to see Birdsong on Tuesday going up against Lorenzo. Looking forward to that. Let's see him step right in there and get the job done. Yeah,
he'll be there tomorrow night. See the real superstar.
Birdsong,
unfortunately, he's on the opposing team.
First start of the year, he's got to wear the clown outfit, though.
I hate that thing, man. I can't stand it. But let's talk about it. We haven't been able to check. What do you guys think of that move with Hicks going to the bullpen and Birdsong going into rotation?
I like it. Like I said to you on the show last night, Eric, I think this gives the Giants an opportunity now. They've strengthened the bullpen. That's great.
100%.
And you get them to come in. And you don't worry about saving yourself for fourth inning, fifth inning. Go in there, lights out for just one inning, get three batters, boom, your day's done. I mean, there's no reason he can't come in there and throw 102 miles an hour for the next 3 minutes and get out of there.
Love it.
I'll tell you how I feel about it.
So he's going to be great in the starting role.
I'll tell you how I feel about the Birdsong Hicks move without saying a word.
Yeah, that covers it. That about covers it. Lou, what you going to do?
Long overdue. He'd be perfect in the seventh inning. You go by a fireballer throwing 102, and then you get the weirdest, quirkiest guy throwing the eighth, Rogers, and then you have your closer with Duvall. So you're going to go fast, mediocre, where guys can't catch up. Then you're in the ninth, Duvall, boom. Just need.
And you know what's going to be amazing? After the trade deadline, when you see Paul Skeens in the orange and black. That's going to be something.
Wouldn't that be something?
That's going to be something.
I was thinking of that for a week ago, and then I saw Jeff Passan put that deal out tonight on
Look, if it's coming from Jeff Passan, and look, he's not saying that's what they're doing.
He's just saying people are going to ask. That's all.
Yeah.
And you know what? Pittsburgh's got to think about it, because as cheap ass as that owner is, and as bad as this team is, Paul Skeens is not going to sign long term there.
No.
So if you're Pittsburgh, you would be best if you could get three young guys. If you can get a Bryce Eldridge and a Landon Roop or a Harrison or a Birdsong and another maybe, a Matos thrown in there, and you get two everyday players in Eldridge and Matos and a young pitcher that's pretty good, I think you're doing a lot better, because then you could sign those guys more so than you're going to sign a guy that's going to command $35+ million a year. And we'll see. I don't think it happens this year.
No.
I think it probably doesn't happen until probably about 2 or 3 more years. When he's down to maybe 2 years left of control, they still got 4.5 years of control after this.
Oh, did you see their number 2 guy who's hurt? He's going to go see a UCL specialist. So it sounds like he might be getting Tommy John.
Who was their number 2? Jones?
Jared Jones.
Oh, another.
I have to go see a UCL specialist. So
Well, I mean, that's
like there's too many GMs around Major League. The Giants won't even be in the mix. There's too many GMs around Major League Baseball will step up and go, here's our the Dodgers will say, here's our top 5 minor league players.
Yeah, it does,
Dodgers
doesn't it?
All over it.
Dallas is upset getting rid of Roop. Well, if you're gonna, if you were to try and get Paul Skeens,
come on, man.
They're gonna want a Roop or a Birdsong or
Eldridge is gonna be.
Eldridge would have to be the top of the ticket. Yeah,
and look, do the Dodgers have an equivalent to an Eldridge right now?
I don't think so.
I don't think they do.
Hey, look, man, the Dodgers are mighty, but they're gettable. They got so many injuries to their pitchers.
Did you see the codified? They're like, there's only 4 teams below them in ERA. Their pitching is just a shambles.
What did I tell you last night, Eric? I said we were talking last Sunday night on the show about, I threw out the name Alcantara. I can't even, am I saying it right?
Alcantara.
I said the Dodgers should be doing that right now.
Yeah.
He hasn't been pitching too well, surprisingly, but he'll get better. But he may be next year, I don't know.
Well, he can't pitch any worse than Landon Knack and some of these guys they got their throw. If they remember, the Dodgers are doing what the Giants did. What was it, in 22? They got like one. We had 2 starters. They got 1 starter, and it's a bullpen game, a starter. I entered the season thinking they were going to set a record for wins. Not dreaming that. And remember, Eric, how many times we look in the last couple of weeks of the preseason and go, holy shit, they got like 9 starters. Now they got none.
They got none. And Mark,
what happened?
Do you see how much money is tied up in the IL?
Oh my God. They must just be pissed in the front office there, man.
I know, dude. They got Farhan, man. Farhan's in that organization, man.
They got Lou Trevino. Can't wait to face him. And
Lou Trevino, man. I can't believe they picked them up.
Well, they deserve it going out, and you know what? They wanted to roll their dice and get Snell. So you know what? You get what you ask for, man.
Yeah, they got Farhan.
They got Farhan. They got Snell.
Farhan.
Yeah,
that's all you need to know. He joined the Dodgers. Look what happened. Everything else. Thanks.
Not known for their pitching, but their pitching injuries. That is the truth.
But they're still winning.
Yeah, they are. Well, except for this
weekend,
they got
swept at home by the Angels. Can't get home swept.
You know what's the last team to sweep them?
Giants.
The Giants in
2023. Yeah.
That's nuts.
But if they keep winning, man, it's going to be a tough division. People coming in our chat the last couple of nights talking about, the Dodgers suck. They got no pitching. It was the same last year. Same last year. They won the goddamn World Series last year. What are you talking about? So you got the hitters. And look at our team. We got the pitchers, but, man, I don't know about the hitters.
And that's the thing they're going to have to address. Fuji donates another $2. Says, what would it take to get Hai-Sung Kim? Speaking about, I don't think that's going to happen.
I don't think they need Hai-Sung Kim.
No, I don't think they need. I mean, you got Fitzgerald. That's who's doing a.
Yeah, I mean, Hai-Sung Kim is.
Yeah. And I'm always dead set against trading in our own division.
Yeah, you don't like to do that. You don't, but. Sometimes, I mean, in the 80s, it worked out. But...
Ibrahim Conforto thought he was free of Farhan, then Aggie showed back up.
Aggie!
He looks a little bit like Humpty Dumpty, man. Didn't we used to call him Humpty Dumpty? He's got the Humpty Dumpty head.
Yeah.
Humpty Dumpty. Yeah.
Aggie showed back up. Oh, man.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
He's got a really good egghead. He does.
He does. No doubt about it.
Yeah, it's nice to see the Dodgers struggle. It actually is. I mean, even though they're still winning, man, they signed all these guys, and they're all getting hurt. They're all like paper glass, man. The only one that's actually sticking is Yamamoto.
That's it. Yeah.
I mean,
what happened to Gonsolin? I thought Gonsolin was supposed to be. Is he hurt again?
What's the other one? Glasnow's
hurt.
Glasnow's hurt. Gonsolin, I think, back. I think he's pitching. I believe. I don't even know who they got anymore. They've got so many pitchers they've signed, and they're all just hurt. It's like, yeah. So, and their bullpen hasn't been that good. Yates got rocked yesterday or today or yesterday.
Yeah, he got rocked yesterday. Yeah.
Yeah.
And Gonsolin's he's pitching.
Is he pitching?
Yeah, he pitched today.
Oh, did he?
Did he?
Didn't factor in the decision, but he took the team lost 6-4.
Gonsolin pitched today?
Yeah, he must have gave up 4 because the Angels had a 4-0 lead for quite a while. So it sounds like he didn't do a damn thing. Where's BC? BC. Come on, BC. You show up in our chat every single damn night talking about your Dodgers. Where are you, BC? Come on, man.
BC. He's barely coping right now. BC.
I don't have the chat open. Is my buddy in tonight, Eric? Robert Rothberg?
Yes. Robert is in. Yes, Robert is in. He's been just.
He's always good for a few laughs.
Just look up under H, and he's right in the H category under Homer.
Oh, is Chardall in the house tonight?
Yes,
Chardall
he's coming in
earlier. Oh, damn.
He's coming in strong, saying he's a badass. He's some kind of badass.
Did you have him on the show one of the last couple of nights?
I had him on last night.
Because he dumped you, then came in with he tore Eric. Oh my God!
Coming in,
I had to put the run on him.
Getting froggy with me.
Oh, he was, huh?
Oh, he said Eric. What was it? He doesn't bring it. You're not entertaining. And then I called him out, and then he goes, "I'm really sorry. I'm really sorry." What was it? I stepped.
Yeah, I kicked him out.
I stepped over the.
I dropped an F-bomb on him. I kicked him out, and then we brought him back in a little bit later.
Chardall, sometimes he just needs a little.
He gets a little out of line. You got to bring him in a little bit.
You put him in the corner.
Yeah, you got to bring him in a little bit.
You got to give him a little discipline, and then
you got to keep him. You got to keep him in line too, because he'll come on our show, and he'll say, "Hi, Glenn. Hi, Dan. I love you, Dan." I'm like, "Dude, you got the wrong show. How many shows you got open right now?" I'll be right back. And then he disappears. I call him out. He's gone.
Yeah. Jim donates $5. Says Eric and Glenn was right about the Dodgers as I was about Verlander. What did is he talking? I didn't say they're going to win 130. I didn't say that. Come on, man. Jim, you know what Jim said? Verlander is going to win 15 games this year.
I said he'd be lucky to get 15 appearances, but he's getting the appearance, but he ain't winning 15 games.
He's still got the goose egg.
Yeah, he's got the goose egg. What's up, Jim? Thanks for the donation, though, buddy.
Thanks, Jim. Jim's a regular.
Let's see. What do we got here?
Oh, yeah.
What do you think of the game today, Lou? You say you were there or last night, went extra innings.
I went Friday. Yeah, I went Friday, and I'm going Monday.
I thought yesterday's was great. I love a pitcher's duel. I don't know.
I thought yesterday was the best game. I love pitchers duels. Both teams tried to do whatever they do to get it. I think the better team won this weekend, but that doesn't mean a couple of months from now, if they play at Oakland, it might be different. But I think
they play in Oakland, nobody's going to show up. That's the problem, right here.
I think the Giants were lucky to win to all 3 games. I mean, obviously they won one, but the other 2 could have gone either way. But hey.
The other 2 were rolled.
I thought the thing about the Giants, it's bouncing back after the Arizona series. Even though it's not a big rivalry, the place was packed and the Giants stood up. So we got to give them a little, we got to give them credit. They won 3. Now they got to come back.
They're 4-2
and they won the first game of a series. So they got to come back tomorrow where they're going against another stud pitcher. And we'll see if this team can come through again, and hopefully there's people out there. There's no NBA game. The Warriors aren't playing. There's no WNBA game going. There's no competition. That place should have 25, 30,000 tomorrow, and they'll probably be 15.
Yeah, unfortunately, they just don't draw during the weeknights,
and
Monday,
it's tough,
Tuesday nights.
Though. Kids are still in school. I mean, it's difficult. I mean, maybe the locals, but people coming in from like the Central Valley.
They're in school in San Diego too.
Good point. That's a good damn point.
Giants fans should show up.
They continue to.
Good point.
They continue to amaze. Like I don't know. They pull wins out of the hat like a magician. But what happens tomorrow? Now we start another series. We're at home. I mentioned that Chris Bubik is pitching. He's 4-2. His ERA is 1.66. And what's the magic word when it comes to tomorrow?
Lefty.
Bingo.
He's a lefty. That's right. Oh boy. Yikes, yikes, yikes. Hey, maybe we should talk about maybe Hack can get him. Hack Wilson. We got Hack Wilson Flores on the team. Hack was 42 RBIs. Does he get 100? Does he get 100?
Easily. Easy.
I don't think
easy. I want to say easy to 100, but I think he's gonna. Marty,
he'll be at 50 before you know. We're only 25% of the way through the year.
Marty gave the number, and it's kind of easy. The number he gave over under on 89 RBIs for Wilmer. I take the over.
I take the over all day on that one.
But it's also going to depend on health. That's going to be that will be the determining factor.
That comes into any argument about who.
Yeah, it is. It is because it's in a baseball season. Usually, you're gonna, unless you're very fit, you're going to wind up on the.
Mark Gray says no. He bets Flores gets hurt. Well, that's a track record. Let me ask you guys this. Let's say the Giants are doing well. Flores is at the league leaders in July with RBIs, and he's still up there. And somebody offers you a young stud.
Ooh.
A young stud that you might, a Jackson Holiday type guy. I'm not saying him, but somebody that's like,
I'll buy the first class ticket for him. He's gone.
He wants to get rid of him.
Let's say if a team that's really Phillies, Braves, they need a DH or something.
And what were the Giants?
Absolutely.
Let's
You're talking about the teams out of the race. We're not going to make.
No, I'm saying they're in the race still.
Then you don't do that. I mean, your top player. You get rid of your top player, and you're in the race.
See, that's the thing: is how do you justify that?
Exactly. How do you justify
Look,
that?
if you're barely in the third position, yeah, ship them. But if you are in there, man, I don't know.
That's why it's a tough decision.
Tough.
That's a tough decision because you got a guy that's having a career year.
Yes,
and he'll never have any value as high as he does.
True.
And the likelihood is that you got to know: are you a team that can win it all? And if
that's tough, man.
The next year he's probably going to come back to earth.
Right.
And
I'll argue that though for a month of Sundays. I think you're wrong, Dan. I think you're wrong. This isn't a career year. If you look at his stats, this is the stats he puts up.
No,
if he plays every day. There were 2 or 3 seasons already as a Giant. He could have hit 25 to 30 home runs, but he played 97 games.
Yeah, but even when he's playing with the Mets,
it's a career year. Statistically, I don't agree with that.
It's a career, it is definitely a career year because if you look when he was playing with the Mets, I think the most RBIs he ever had, I think was 77 when he was with the Mets, and that's when he had a quote unquote playing every day, if you want to say. But yeah, man, I don't know. That's a tough decision. And I don't know what Buster would do in that position. I don't see him packing it in.
Okay, the biggest year he had was 22 in terms of plate appearances. He had 602. Okay.
That's almost a whole season, right?
Yeah. He played in 151 games, 71 RBIs.
71.
He hit 19 homers, and he hit 229. His next most appearances was 23. As a Met. Get out of it.
When it does that.
Gosh. Where'd it go? Get that X. Get that
X.
Get that out of here. All right.
So in 23, he played 126 games.
Okay.
And he had 23 home runs. So he's
but look how many RBIs he had.
In 2015, he had 510 plate appearances, 16 homers, and he had 59 RBIs. The most RBIs he's ever had was 71. So it's a career year.
It's a career year right now.
I mean, the guy's got 42 RBIs right now. He's on pace for 100 and something. He's on pace for 130 actually.
Yeah, I'm looking at the home run numbers.
Oh,
so last year he played 45 games and I had 10 home runs in 45 games.
Well, he was hurt last year too, so he is healthy. The ball's
which is about 34 home runs.
possibly juice. He's got 10 homers right now. I say he ends up with about 25.
I think this argument's moot point. I think it's more so what we were talking about, Eric, last night. Is this a San Francisco Giant team that would be willing to move Eldridge in a big deal?
I don't think they're going to move. They're not moving Eldridge.
I don't think they would, but boy, a lot of people in our chat last night were all on board.
Well, for Skeens, yeah. When we were talking about Skeens, that's.
I don't think they move Eldridge.
I don't think it's going to happen
unless
I would do it myself, but
I'm thinking Eldridge gets moved up to Sacramento if he continues to hit in Richmond, July 15th to June 15th to July 1st. That window, another month in Double-A. See if he does it, and then and if he doesn't come up at that time frame, then I don't think there's any chance he comes up to San Francisco this year. If he comes up in June to July 1st, 15th, then he can spend a month and a half in AAA and then see if he can then master that.
Get a cup of coffee in September.
And then I think he could come up as late as, as early as August 20th, right in there, because then he doesn't lose his rookie status.
Yes.
If the Giants are out of it, I think they do it. If they're in it, that's too much. I think it's too much pressure to put on the
Not
kid.
just the pressure. I said to you last night, Eric, and I went to bat for him. I said, if you're going to call up Eldridge, if you're not in the race, you can play him. But if you're going to bring him up, I said the September call-up, right? If you're going to bring him up, be prepared to play him every day. Do not take away his bats at AAA in September to sit on the bench.
Right.
Leave him there.
Yep. I think probably the way it goes is they just leave him in Double-A for most of the year, and he gets a couple months in AAA, and that's what happens. That's what I think will happen.
How about this, guys? Because it looks like, for what we're looking at with the club right now, they're probably going to be buyers at the trade deadline. Instead of being sellers, who do you think the Giants use as trade to improve the club? And where do you think they make that move? Because we're talking 2 months away. I mean, it's still quite a bit of a distance, but we got to kind of get an idea of where the club may need to improve. Because I think they make a move at the trade deadline.
Yeah, I think they do. Depends on how Wade picks up.
Yeah.
I do think Wade is going to pick up a little bit. If he doesn't, I don't think he has much time. I mean, he got a hit last night, and then the triple today was huge. Didn't you notice him walking in the dugout? He looked like he was wiped out. I thought he was walking almost with a limp. Like, oh, did he strain something? Because he had to take all of it to get to third. And I was like, shoot, I sure hope that
there goes the hamstring.
I thought myself, the hammy, could it go? Because
we'll find out tomorrow.
Maybe
he's not going to play tomorrow anyways.
Yeah.
Not going against Bubik, he ain't going to go.
I wonder when they're going to bring up Casey Schmidt, because VR's not hitting at all.
Yeah, hold on, that's a good question. I'm sure they played today. Oh yeah, I think Wisenhunt went today. I think he had a good outing. But who do you think the Giants? I mean, if they're going to get a player, they're going to have to trade from the youth and pitching. I'm guessing, right? That's probably what they're going to do.
They won today,
they
7-1. And let me look at the box score here. Shoot, no,
nobody's hitting.
No Schmidt
in there.
Interesting.
There's really nobody hitting in AAA, man.
No, there's nobody.
McRae 257, Luciano 220, Wisely 234, Johnson 218, Mann. I don't know who the hell's Mann 231, Lamb 228.
I think that's Manfred Man, blinded by the light.
Stassi 245. He's the best hitter on the club right now.
Hey, Eric.
Well, actually, yeah.
Hey, Eric and Dan, I think the question is, does Buster have the balls to make
good question? That's a great question.
Trade the youth, because when you look at it, if you just look at all the pitchers, say right now, with Hicks going, maybe we have an extra bullpen arm. I'm just saying, is he going to have the balls to make a move? Because you're not, unless Verlander asks for a trade, you're not going to trade him. You're going to keep, because for his contract. Obviously, Webb's not going to be traded. So when you look, Ray's not. Ray could be traded because his contract. Because you got to remember, Rothberg
25 million.
thinks every one of our pitchers, we he already wants Wade to get an extension. He wants all these guys to get an extension. It's not easy. It's not like that. So you really got to think about, because it takes a lot of guts, especially this will be Buster's big move. He really hasn't made a big move. Yeah, he signed somebody, but sometimes you have to get people up. Right now, when Buster got injured, everyone criticized the Giants for making a trade, but you got to remember they came off a World Series win. They needed to come through.
Big Ben.
What?
Big Ben's scoring one.
No, it's Glenn making moves on fantasy baseball.
Oh, is he? Okay.
Yeah.
You're listening to Lou.
No, Lou. No, 100%.
So I just think, does he have
the
the balls to make a move? Like, they're not going to trade Verlander. Come on, guys. Verlander, I could see Verlander, if anything, next, he's only a 1-year contract. Remember, people aren't going to do rentals, so they want people under control. And the one thing
contenders will do a rental. Contenders do rentals all the time. You don't get much. You get a bag of
but I'm just saying, does Buster have the balls to actually make a move? And does Buster have a move where we can get, oh my God, we can get this guy that could take us to the next level? Could he trade, Harrison, Wisenhunt, and maybe Luciano for somebody? Now you're trading 2 young pitchers, one who's doing great in the minors. He still hasn't proven top. Harrison, who, everyone thought was the next Mad Bum. And then you got Luciano. It's tough because
I don't think you trade Harrison and Wisenhunt in the same deal unless you're getting a controllable star player back. It's just too much to give up 2 lefties.
I'll tell you what, you know who's going to bring a haul back if the Giants somehow bottom falls out? Robbie Ray, because he's got another year of control, and the guy is absolutely dealing. And a team will play. I think a team will pay for
a lefty.
Yep, he's a
lefty.
lefty.
If the Giants keep winning, man, they're not going to.
That's not going to happen. I think they're going to. I think they're buyers. I think they're going to be buyers.
Oh, they're going to be buyers. They're going to be buyers.
But even if they're buyers.
Just not AJ Pollock, not Mark Canna.
No, but what Lou said is bang on. But regardless of who we get, that's when you get to see, for the first time, I might add, that's when you're going to get to see if Buster Posey puts the big boy pants on and he's willing to go down and say, yeah, as you know, I love you, but I traded you. Or, you can't have buddy. It's a different, you're not a player anymore, Buster. Mm-hmm. Pull the trigger.
I'll tell you, it'll be a deal that Zach Menaeson puts together. He is the guy that will work on the trades. Buster will give the green light. And I could see them working with Milwaukee because that's where Menaeson used to be.
I know where you're going.
Rhys Hoskins, man. Yep. I'm telling you, the guy's hitting 285-ish in that neighborhood. He's a first baseman. He's got power. He's hit as many as 34 homers in a season. He's from the Sacramento area. He wanted to sign with the Giants. The Giants never really reached out to him, but he's healthier now. Remember, last year he was coming back off of a knee surgery ACL. From the year before with the Twins or the Phillies. So now he's a year past that. He's having a pretty productive season. Milwaukee's
what do you call productive, Dan? What do you call productive? He scored 12 runs this year, and he plays every day. 5 runs, 12 runs. You know what? I think you got. Look what we got coming next year. Don't even mess around with it.
Well, for a half a season, why wouldn't you?
Yeah, for a half a season, don't even give.
Rhys Hoskins could move to DH afterwards.
Yeah,
Rhys Hoskins could be a DH afterwards.
Yeah, I mean, Rhys Hoskins. You wouldn't want a guy who's got 30-plus home run power? He's hit 34, 29, 27, 30, 26. He hit 26 last year.
I know. But, look at all you guys saying, get rid of Wilmer when he could hit 30, but bring in a guy who's got 5 so far this year. I don't get it. No.
Well, if you had Wilmer and Rhys Hoskins in the same lineup, well then, hey, maybe.
Yeah, I wouldn't say get rid of Wilmer. The only reason I brought up Wilmer, I brought it up. I said, would you? It was a hypothetical. Would you do it if you got a great offer for him for a really young, top 100 prospect? Because some team really wanted Flores because they needed that bat, and
the fans would be all over us. What did I tell you last night in the show, Eric? Everybody, they're in our chat every night, Dan. And you know what? Wilmer could hit 50 home runs this year. And Wilmer just does not, he's not the cachet, sexy player. He's like, oh, we could trade Wilmer. Get rid of Wilmer today. He'll never do enough to win over the fans in this market. He's not their guy.
I tell you what, Rick Smith, he loves him too.
And what was it we had? Who made the comment last night, Eric? And I lost my mind. And I'm a Wilmer fan, but they're like, don't worry about it. Wilmer will be back next year. He'll sign on the cheap. He's willing to come here for a limited contract to go. Like hell, he is.
Yeah, he'll
like hell.
If he has a really good season and continues, then he's
out of here.
He'll probably leave.
Who's that? Wilmer?
Yeah, because this is his last year.
I think I think he likes it here. I think
he likes it here, but he ain't coming here for a minimum wage contract. That's what everybody in our chat was alluding to last night. They're like, you can get him dirt cheap because he doesn't want to leave. I'm like, every player in baseball doesn't want to come in. You think Wilmer's like, oh, I want to stay for cheap? No, he'll make, if he continues to rake this year, he just could go take the money. He's got to.
Oh, now there's a comparison of a couple of players. Player on the left's got more at bats. So more plate appearances, more bats, more hits, less home runs, few more RBIs, stolen bases, big deal. Batting average, guy on the left's better.
Better eye on the right, 348.
Yeah,
OPS plus.
OPS plus, guy on the right, and better WAR, guy on the right.
So the guy on the left is Wilmer because he's got 6 career stolen bases.
Yeah. Guy on the right is Rhys Hoskins.
Rhys Hoskins?
Yeah, and in a lot less plate, he's got at bats
900, right on 900 or so.
Yeah, I mean
800 or something.
Yeah, so I mean, if those were equal, I think Hoskins has been the more productive hitter as a career. But Wilmer, hey, look, Wilmer's having a great year, man.
And if you have both of those guys in your lineup,
you can have Hoskins play first base.
Thank you.
Could
you imagine? Now you got Adames, Chapman, Ramos, Flores, who's having a great year, and Rhys Hoskins, who's having a decent year. It's a more potent lineup.
The only way you bring in Rhys Hoskins, you get him pretty cheap.
Oh, you would get him cheap.
You would get him cheap.
You're not going to you're going to give up a number 15 prospect. 12 to 15, something like that. Somebody that's probably never going to.
What's Hoskins' salary?
$15 million, I think.
This year and next year, right? 2-year deal.
He's got an opt-out next year.
Last year.
He's got an opt-out
next year. Yeah.
So
I was looking at
if he opts in, San Francisco, he might like San Francisco. I mean, he grew up a Giants fan. Somebody asked, what are his splits?
Here, I'll show you. I got him up here right here.
You got his right-handed, left-handed splits?
Yep. And they're pretty good. He hits righties better. Look at this.
Well, you got to think Lamont Wade Jr.'s on borrowed time as it is right now.
297 with a 396 on base against righties.
Dang, they need a guy like this. I'm telling you, because you face 75% of the pitchers are right-handed.
Look at that. Exactly.
Dang. Look at the OPS plus 134, and then
I don't know what the S is.
140. The S
for the split. For the split.
Yeah.
So 134 against righties, 143 against lefties.
So he's more productive against lefties. He just doesn't have as big of a batting average.
Right. I think he's got more. What is it? I guess. Yeah. I guess. Well, look at that. That's because of at bats. See, only 46.
Yeah. Right. That's just this year. Yeah.
I think that's just this year. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Dang,
Wait.
yeah.
No.
Think so.
That seem right? Yeah, I guess maybe.
That's about right. Yeah, it's about 140.
Don't you call those? I mean, if you want to get him as a rental, fine. But look, don't you call those are average numbers at this stage of his career?
No, those are good numbers in today's baseball.
5 home runs, 150 at bats, and he's got 2 stolen bases. And
forget about stolen bases. He's going to hit 20 homers. He's going to hit you 20 plus homers.
Hold on, let me see something.
Once Hoskins gets going, he can pop.
I don't. You know what? Now I want them to go out and get him tomorrow, so I can prove you wrong, Dan. I think you're wrong.
I didn't see it because
And then I always factor in less than what you think, because again, there is some merit and some truth to the fact that you're going to lose your pop. Look at Adames. You're going to lose your pop at Oracle Park. So if you think, this guy hits 20, well, then maybe he'll hit 14.
And you know what? That bat will play in Oracle Park.
It will.
He's a pull hitter.
We'll see.
It will.
He's a pull hitter.
I'll tell you.
I
know why I was screwed up. Let me show you something, Glennie. I'm going to show you something I got, and I'm not even sure. I haven't even looked at it yet. But I remember Hoskins hitting home runs in San Francisco. So I'm going to look up his career splits, and I'm going to pull up
career splits in Oracle
ballpark. Yep, I'm going to look at his numbers at each ballpark. Here we go. Batting order, count, strike, bases occupied, clutch. We've got some clutch numbers. Wow. Not too bad there. Let's see. Come on. Look. Opponent split. We want ballpark. Here we go. Ballpark. At San Francisco, he's had 67 at bats. He's had 4 home runs, 10 RBIs. So he's hit 4 homers here. Where's he? Hit in LA. He's hit 4 homers with 64 or 57 at bats. So he hits in LA. How's he doing in Arizona? Arizona, he's only hit 1 homer. Colorado, 4. Most of his home runs obviously have been at Citizens Bank and in Milwaukee. But, I think isn't he only like 30 years old?
He is 32.
Is he 32? Okay.
32.
Yeah, you're looking at him for 1 year. Really? I mean, maybe he signs next year. If not, I don't think you give up a lot for him. And I think Milwaukee is going to move him. Somebody's going to get Rhys Hoskins, whether it's
Milwaukee's not playing now. I mean, granted, it's only May.
They're 22 and 26, Milwaukee. But, he's scheduled to have 86 RBIs. He'd probably lead the team.
He's right up there with Wilmer. I mean, come on.
So
if you got both of those guys in the lineup, the Giants are going to be doing something.
Yeah, you need more pop. You definitely need more pop. You can't have first base just be an auto out and catcher.
It can't be.
I mean
why didn't what? Tell me this. And this has been a thorn on my side all preseason, maybe the off season as well. I mean, you had to know you were messing around. You were on thin ice with Lamont. Come on.
No.
Then you sign. Oh, Eric, I said they should never have signed him. And look, it couldn't be truer.
No one saw. There is no way anyone saw
me. I said don't sign him.
He had no history whatsoever of batting on the interstate.
Dude, last year, everybody, he was hurt, and everybody every night in the chat, just wait till he comes back. What did he do?
That's not the point. The point is his career is not a 154 hitter. Look what he did last year. Last year, he was batting 260. He batted 260. The year before that, 256. So that's where he's at. He's a 250 hitter with a great on base. This year, he's batting 165 with a 266. There is something wrong with Lamont as far as, I don't know. I don't think it's an injury. Maybe it's his approach. I don't know. Something's off with him, because there's no way anyone could sit there and say this guy was going to bat 150. No way. No
I didn't want to see him play every day.
And I agree.
Why they didn't go out? You even called for it, Eric. You were calling for them to sign somebody like a Josh Naylor. We needed a first baseman.
And here's the thing: is he would have been okay as a bridge to get to Eldridge. That's okay. If he's going to go out there and hit you 10 home runs, get you have an on base of 370 something, hit around 250, I'll take that until Eldridge comes up. And yes, would I have loved to have someone better than that? Absolutely. I would have loved to have someone. But I could sit there and tell you that I did not expect him to be sitting here batting 165 on May 18th. No way.
You know what? Let's be really careful, too, because I know he's listening.
It's Lamont Wade Jr. of the San Francisco Giants, and you're listening to Dan on the NorCal Sports Network.
we want to make.
You almost forgot the name of the channel, though.
Got a little stumbled up.
What channel is it? Where am I watching? Oh,
yeah. Hey, Matos forgot his line too. Matos.
Hey, this is Luis Matos.
That was good stuff.
Hey,
That was funny, man. He's
That was
just
good
like,
stuff.
he goes, first I talked to him and he goes, I don't speak any English, and I'm like, okay, that's all right. Can you get a few? He goes, I get a few words. And he's just, so, but
That's awesome. He didn't have to do that. He didn't have to do that. That's awesome.
No, I always appreciate it. I'm pulling for the young guys. Matos and Ramos are my two young guys.
By the way, he had a great diving catch today. I was a little bit worried about that shoulder. I was like, oh
yeah. When he landed, it kind of looked like he was like,
the shoulder, the throwing shoulder was a little bit.
you throw me off. I think isn't it Brebbia? You played one of Brebbia last year, the year before. He's clean shaven. He throws me right off.
That's funny, yeah, because he was in spring training. He hadn't started growing it yet.
That was a great interview talking about his Tommy John, by the way. That was
yeah, that was interesting. Yeah. And Brebbia.
Well, hey, we're almost an hour in. How about we get into some squares?
Yeah, let's get some squares. Hollywood squares.
Yeah, there you go.
Get a bettercreditcard.com. Go there,
get
a card, and then just run up your bill and get some squares. Dude, I sold 9? I sold 9 of the squares, Eric. Come on. And I sold one of the guys who said, if I win, just call me and I'll figure out we can maybe auction it, or because I won't go to the game.
And I tell you what,
they're doing it.
We have a little bit of update that Lou is going to talk about as soon as we get into this. All right.
BABIP is a great predictor. The higher
the BABIP, the less likely the hitters reproduce, right?
Is to reproduce. What
is it? Batting average with balls in play, something like that. It's the magic wand.
Let me see what his numbers are. I'm just curious now.
It is
Lamont Wade. Where do we find the BA?
It might be in Baseball Savant. Hold on. Is it? No. You know where it's going to be? It's probably going to be in Fangraphs. Take a look at Fangraphs. We have it.
I thought I saw it on the splits in here.
It actually might be in Baseball Reference too.
I think it is under split. Let me look. Hey Lou, there. Here it is. Here it is. All right, season totals, career totals. He's got a BABIP of 280.
See, that's good. If it's below 300, it's good.
That's good.
If I'm not mistaken, if it's
last 7 days.
If you're at 300 or higher, then it's
okay. Last 7 days, it's 333.
Ooh, that's not good.
So
right? If I'm not mistaken.
Does that mean he's doing better the last 7 days? I don't understand the BA. I'm BABIB. I'm about ready to go BIBLE. That's the book for me. Sunday school song.
There you go. This is short for batting average of balls in play. Here it is. It's a baseball statistic that measures how often a batter gets a hit when a ball is put in play, excluding home runs and strikeouts. It's often used to assess luck and randomness in a player's performance, as it can fluctuate due to factors like defense, ballpark, and random events.
Aaron's pulling Aaron stuff again. Look up his ID gaff. IDGAF.
Oh, I don't even know. Oh, you know what that is? Yeah, you know what that is, right?
No, what is it? It's a joke.
I don't give a.
Oh, okay. There we go. I knew it was something.
I don't give a.
There we go.
Yeah. Got it. There we go. All right. Hey, let's do this. Let's play the promo and we'll get into this. Here we go.
Yeah.
Giant Sports Talk Live and the NorCal Sports Network have teamed up to give back to the community. We ask for your support as we aid in Haley Busby's fight for life in her battle with liver cancer. To take part in this fundraiser, you can purchase an entry for just $20, and the winner receives 4 front row dugout seats at Oracle Park for your choice of an August 8th game versus the Washington Nationals, or the August 29th game when the Giants host the Baltimore Orioles. The winner will also get an on-field experience on game day and attend batting practice. So secure your entry now, as eligibility is limited. Draw date to be determined. The Busby family, Giant Sports Talk Live, and the NorCal Sports Network thank you for your participation and contribution to this worthwhile event, covering the San Francisco Giants and giving back to those in need in 2025. Giant Sports Talk Live and the NorCal Sports Network.
All right, there we go, man. So for those of you who have some extra cash in your pocket, hey, be awesome. Donate $20. You get a square and you get a chance to win 4 tickets. But more importantly, you're helping a fantastic cause and helping this young lady get the financial means that she needs in going through this. So yeah, if you guys got some extra money, it'd be awesome. Lou, I know you got an update on what we're going to do with this with this giveaway as well, right?
Yeah, in San Francisco, there's sort of a famous pizzeria. We all know about Tony's Pizza. He has another place called Capo's, which I go to a lot. And Tony and Grace, who's the general manager, I said, hey, we're doing this cause with my Giants tickets. Can you help out? She goes, here, gave me a gift certificate for basically free $50 to whoever wins. Just, they want to just help out. They said, hey, we'll give you $50 right now. So we have a $50 gift certificate to go to Capo's. You can use it either before the game, before you go on the field, or just something extra with the 4 tickets. So, and there
you go.
Don't worry. Grace will take care of you when she's there. I highly recommend it. Capo's down in North Beach. It's awesome. And one of the things, too, I do want to say, I do want to give a shout out. We had Kennedy on to speak, but her aunt, Megan Redicon, who is the general manager of Silver Oak Golf Course, has been phenomenal. She has gotten the word out about the cause. She probably is responsible, beside Kennedy, probably having 25 to 50 more people watching this on YouTube TV or in the chat. She was the one that really helped out, that got the dad to actually come online for us, to get involved. So I really want to thank Megan for, telling the cause, telling about the hot corner, helping both our channels out. So, so we've added another $50 gift certificate for Capo's down in North Beach to whoever wins the square. And I know the square we're doing right now on the ad, guys, there's a lot more squares that have been taken. So I haven't seen an update, but I do.
Yeah, here's the update right here. I'll show you.
Here
we go. The update is right. Hold on, let me go find it. There it is. There we go. As you can see, a lot more squares have been filled up. So, but hey, I mean, we want to get these filled up as soon as possible and get that money off to her as soon as possible. There we go.
Yeah. And then Eric, one of the things too is they've been having problems with the Zelle or Venmo. So I told Megan, hey, and Kennedy that we'll actually tonight have our phone number up that'll go to Dan. So if somebody wants to say, hey, I want to call right now, I'd like to buy a few squares, we will gladly help you. And there's the Zelle and the Venmo. And I know it's tough because sometimes, even though it shows it here, it's sometimes on the phone it just doesn't work. But if you call in, we'll help you out. And we want to fill this baby up so we can have it and we find out who wins the prize.
Yeah, there you go.
You know what? And you know what? You might be watching this in the replay, right? We'll be up on the YouTube. It's up there almost permanently. So no matter when you see this, over the next few days, this week, Dan's phone line is open for you 24 hours a day. Call any day or night. Well, mine always was when it came to fantasy last year. So I figured now, call Dan. Call Dan at 3 a.m.
Yeah, but no, so if anybody's up in Reno or Carson City, you want squares, call us. We'll find out who you are. We'll put you on the air. We'll get the squares. We'll put them in. Help us out. We want to do whatever is possible for Haley. And like Kennedy told us, Carson City is very, very small, and I think we're doing a great cause. And, hey, anything, I'm going to try to add stuff, when we get closer. But, I just, again, want to thank Capo's, Tony, and Grace from Capo's for giving us a little extra for the winner. So, let's get this going here.
There you go. All right.
There we go.
Let me update that. There you go. So if you guys want to call in, let me fix that in real quick. Call in to Dan. And then
call in, pick a square, or you can just go ahead and click on that Venmo.
Yep.
Or the Zelle, and then it'll take you right to Ibrahim's Venmo or Zelle, and you can actually just say, I want square number whatever.
Yep.
And then
so Eric, and Dan, so I have a question. So if I'm on it right now and I do the I do the Zelle, right? Mm-hmm. It goes to Efren. And then do I then say, Efren, I'd like square number 25?
Yes. And then you send the money, and then to say what square you want, and then he'll let me know what square, and then I update the Photoshop, and then we're good to go.
There you go, guys. So it's easy. Just we left that up there. We'll put that back up there later on. That QR code, so you guys can have one last crack at it. But it's pretty simple. Just take that QR code with your phone and boom, you're in.
Everything, takes care of everything. I think we got quite a few filled. I think we're close to 50, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, nice. And then I know
Giants are winning.
Yeah, that helps. And what's fantastic, you get a choice of 2 games, right? August 9th or August 26th, I think it was, either the Nationals or the Orioles.
And
it sounds like the Nationals might be a better game to go watch than the Orioles.
You know what?
The Orioles are looking rough.
If the game, if it's really a big game in August, us 4 might just buy the seats right behind you and just heckle you the whole game.
You never know. That would be funny.
Hot corner. Pizza. Ice cold beer here.
Why? There you go. Mark wants the bonus. I think that's a surprise, right, Lou? Your bonus.
Yeah. I'm going to try to keep adding more. I'm going to actually maybe possibly trying to get one more dinner. I might talk to my people at the House of Prime Rib or at one of my favorite restaurants, Tommy's Mexican, and see if they'll donate something. Where you can go in, have a dinner, maybe a margarita.
Wow.
And it'll be on there, and you can see what I raise about.
How about a picture with Tristan Beck or something?
Well, I heard, I saw what was funny the other day is Tristan came in. I don't know if you saw what he did, his recent thing. 1/3 of an inning, gave up 5 runs, walked 3. So it might be a while before he gets back up. Yeah.
Ooh.
I think he just came off another injury. It might have been one of his first couple starts in. So.
Oh, boy.
It happens.
Well, guys, this team is, 20. In fact, you know what? Let's pull that up.
Put up the standings.
Put up
good week for the Giants to sweep. Dodgers got swept at home. Padres had problems.
Padres, didn't they get swept too?
Won. Seattle, right? Didn't Seattle or 2 out of 3? Did they sweep them? I can't remember.
Let's see. How many San Diego has lost 3 in a row. The Dodgers have lost 3 in a row. The Giants have won 3 in a row. Giants gained 3 games since Friday.
Big. Yep.
So they are sitting exactly 1 game behind the Doyers and the Fathers. And let's see. The Cubbies are right there, 28-19. The Giants are 28-19. So the Giants are a half game behind the Phillies in the wild card for the top slot. Let me pull up the wild card here. It's still early, but it's fun. We're in it.
Yeah, that's the big difference, man. Because how many times do we look at this and we were nowhere close?
Yeah. Oh, we're tied with the Padres. And Giants. Oh, we got a call.
Oh, we got a call.
Do I answer it? Is the question.
I bet you it's Don. Oh, shit.
He better be buying squares.
Oh,
Chardell better be buying squares.
He better be buying a square. Yep.
That's the joys of putting your phone number on the open market.
You're in the hot corner. What's your name? What's your take? And how many squares do you want to buy right now, young man or woman?
How many can I buy?
You can buy 5, up to 5. How many you want?
How much do they cost?
$20. It's $100, son. $100. Going once, going twice. How many you want? 5, 4, 3, 2, or 1, or none. Let us know. You got 5 seconds to make your decision.
Can I buy 1?
Sure. Send your $20.
How do I send it?
QR code. You want me to put it up on the screen? You just take a picture of it
Come
with your
on,
phone.
pay attention.
Is it Venmo or Zelle?
Venmo or Zelle?
Which one do you rather have? I could add it to the thing.
When are you doing the giveaway?
As soon as all the squares are sold.
I want to do it. I want to buy a square, but I might be working, so I don't want to make the decision. Can I call you back later when I want to call you back?
Yeah. Why don't you give us a call on July 7th? Will be a good day.
I'll try calling you then.
Thanks. Have a great day. Hey, is this Sharky Chardal?
Chardal? That was Chardal.
It's Chardal.
Yeah.
It's Chardal.
I recognize the voice. My name's Dan. Have we ever met?
I met. You're a nice guy.
Awesome, Chardal. I'm just having fun with you, man. Thanks for calling. Don't wait too long.
Great win today for the Giants. They beat the A's 3-2. It was a great win for the Giants. They just got to keep it up.
Yeah, you found your way on the air, Chardal.
Sneaky. He's a sneak. He's a sneak.
There you go, Chardal.
What a guy.
Yeah, hey, it's amazing. How many channels have you been on in your lifetime?
Skaters on Baseball, yours, and Eric's channel.
Hey, you know what? You got to get on.
He was on the Yankees channel earlier.
You've been on Golden Days too. I've seen you on there.
I've been there. I've been on there.
Yeah, you need to go and work your way on to Polly Mac's show and Larry Krueger. Go.
They're not ready to welcome me at the moment. They're very busy man, and he doesn't have time to get me on the show. So he can get me on one time, but I'm not sure when that's going to be.
Keep working them. You got to break them down.
Yeah, because he's a busy man, right? He doesn't have that. He doesn't have time to have me on the show. You're easier to get. Eric is easier to get me on Eric's show because he's not a busy guy. Larry Krueger.
Hey, shut up.
Yeah, we don't have, Eric and I don't have lives. Yeah, we don't have lives.
That's why it's hard to get on Larry's show.
Yeah. Well, you know what?
Man. You know, Joey should go on. Who's your buddy, Dan, the bearded wonder?
We don't know if we'll be able to get you on.
Yeah, you know what? You should call Glenn on the Golden Oldies station and see if you can introduce one of the songs.
You're on a radio station?
No, Glenn. Call Glenn on the Golden Oldies and see if you can introduce one of the songs. Maybe he'll let you introduce it by opening it up with, you want
to go there, Dan?
Singing it. Yeah. Why don't you go give us a quick Born in the USA and then we'll let you go.
Let's hear it.
Born in the USA.
All right. Thanks, Chardal. Have a great evening. Our ratings are all of a sudden just going to we'll see you, Chardal.
Circling the toilet.
How does he not know what to do? Don't call in, guys. If you don't know what games, how to buy the tickets, and what number you want, it's not that hard. Come on.
Chardal.
I'm losing respect.
It's Chardal. Come on, guys. Yeah, if you can't, hey, you want to throw? We can throw out the. No, let's not throw out the link. Let's just keep it at the phone calls. There'll be too many damn people in here.
Yeah. So,
Gabe, what, bro? What the heck just happened? The Chardal experience, Gabe. If you're not familiar, yeah,
it's
watch the show. The Chardal, yeah.
He's your buddy again tonight.
Yeah,
I love Eric. I love Eric's show. I'm just
go help Chardal get to 500.
I went on too hard on him last night. Eric, you're not entertaining. You're not funny. You're not bringing it lately, Eric. You're just not bringing it.
Oh man,
I'm sorry, Eric. I stepped over the line.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I tell you one thing. Sometimes we shudder when he wants to come on, but he's good for ratings. I'll tell you that. Yeah. Oh, maybe we break even. Half love him. I don't know.
Oh yeah, there's definitely a love-hate relationship in the chat with Chardal.
Well, hey, Eric and Dan and Glenn, why don't we maybe look at the upcoming schedule and see like the next 5 opponents? See, especially with the pitching change with Hayden coming in, because it's a lot of different teams and a tough road trip, I believe.
The road trip is going to be interesting.
And then we come home for sort of tough San Diego and Atlanta. So, are we going to be able to just somehow stay 500 and be 10 games. That's why Dan brought up a great point last night. Today's game was huge to make sure we can. You got to go to the very bottom.
Yeah, it's going to the top. It's going the wrong way. Maybe I don't. You know what? Let me pull it up this way. Schedule. There we go. All right. So we've got Kansas City tomorrow night.
Yep.
And then we've got Washington. Get Thursday off again. Head to Washington for a 9-game road trip. Detroit for 3, then Miami for 3. Ooh, and then they come back. San Diego for 4 and Atlanta for 3. Boy, that's getting tough.
I'll tell you what, though, up to Miami, the Giants should do well, right?
Up to, let's see, Kansas City, Washington. Detroit's kind of tough in there.
Detroit, you might go 1-3. Detroit, you might go 1-3 because they're playing some really good
schoolball.
Yeah, I think they're the best record in baseball right now.
Yeah, and they've been playing well.
They should handle Washington.
They should be able to take 2 or 3 from KC. They should be able to take 2 or 3.
Yeah,
and then maybe get 1 in Detroit. They should be able to take 2 or 3.
Sweep. You should be able to sweep Miami, but they always have a tough time playing in Miami.
San Diego, you hope to at minimum get a split in 4 games. Hopefully take 3. Atlanta, you hope to take 2 or 3. Colorado, you better take 2 minimum.
3.
Ideally 3. LA is going to be fun in mid-June. In LA. And that's going to be fun. I hope they can. It would be great if they just went in there and just took care of business against.
That would be something.
There's no reason to be intimidated by the Dodgers. I mean, I know that they start off with who leads off for them? Is it Ohtani? Or is he batting second? Ohtani's batting first, right?
Leads off. Yeah.
Ohtani, Betts, Freeman, Smith, right?
Yeah,
1,
I think
2,
that's
3, 4.
And then Teoscar Hernandez, or is he?
That's right. He's coming back. He's coming back this week. He's coming back probably Tuesday night. Yeah,
going to lengthen that lineup.
That's right. Teoscar, he bats like 5th or 6th there.
I think he was batting cleanup last year.
No, last year he was batting like 6th. Yeah. He had like 100 RBIs. Oh, and you got Muncy. That's right. You got Muncy
is in there. Pages has been having a freaking fantastic year.
Oh, and then you got Tommy Edman.
Tommy Edman's back, right?
Yeah, Tommy Edman. He should. I think there could be a deal in place for Tommy Edman coming soon. Yeah, send him my way.
Tommy's awesome. I've been missing him on my damn lineup.
Yeah, it sucks that we like Dodgers. I've been missing Teoscar. Now I'm like, he's
back.
I
know. I hate that, man. I know Ibrahim, man. I know he ain't shedding no tears about having Ohtani.
Yeah, I didn't shed him last year either. Yeah, it sucks when last year was fine because the Giants sucked. So you actually didn't mind. I am actually looking at this schedule though, and let's not get too far ahead here. Let me go.
Yeah, I don't want to get too far. Maybe the next.
Let's just look at this next 3 against Kansas City, and then the road trip where it ends right there. So you got KC all the way. So you got 1, 2, 3. Can't get them all in unless I make it smaller. Can you guys see that?
Yep, that's good.
Okay. So we got 3, 6, 9, 12. 8-4 would be nice.
8-4 would be freaking awesome.
What time?
8-4 would be really nice. I think you kind of hope that you get at least to be 7-5.
Right. Okay. Right. You're above 500.
2 at home, KC, 2 in Washington. That's 4. 1 in Detroit, 5, and 2 in Miami. That's 7. That's your 7-5. That's kind of what you hope for, because when you can do that on the road, and we're throwing 3 home games in there, but every time you go 7-5, you're gaining like 2 games above 500. And you take that 10 where they're at now at 9, right? They're at 9. Mm-hmm. So if you can go 2 more over 500, 12 games gone from the season. Now you're 11 over 500. You want to just keep building now on that. You know, you don't want to go like right now. They went backwards, right? They went 6 under. They were 10 over. Then they lost 4 in a row, and they went 6 under. Now they've won 3 in a row, and they're 9 over. They still haven't made up the ground when they were 10 over. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You want to build on that. You don't want to be going up and down because that's what 500 teams do. They go up and down, and they never get any distance. The Giants need to figure a way to get to – first they got to get back to 10 over, which is a win tomorrow. And then they got to figure a way to get 11 over. And then maybe you hang there for a little while. Maybe you go 10, 11, 10, 11, 11. But then you want to get it to 12 and 13. You want to incrementally get that thing up there. So by the end of the year, you're 20 over and you're 91 and 71.
That would be huge.
And that's how you make the playoffs, is incrementally. I mean, yes, you can get hot, but you don't want to rely on, oh, shoot, we got to have – we got 30 games left in September. We got to go 20 and 10 to make the playoffs.
Yeah, I hate that. Yeah, that's not what you want. You want to have that cushion where you're just consistent, right?
Consistent.
Maybe not so high, not so low. Just stay consistent, man.
You want to, if you can get to 20 over 500 during any point in the season, like let's say they're able to do it in late June. By late June, they're 20 over. Then you just play 500 ball.
That's it.
And you're there.
Yep.
So, I mean, that's what they did basically in 2016. Remember, they were 57 and 35 at the All-Star break, best team in baseball. And they
second half,
they had this.
But they had enough.
They had enough. Yeah, you got to have that cushion. Johnny Cesari says, Dan, the Giants are a lot more fundamental than they've been. They don't mind bunting. It's nice. Yeah. You know what?
The bunting is awesome right now.
I like watching the team play this year. Last year and the year before, I just didn't even enjoy watching it. Even though they're not hitting, I know that they're going to be they're in the game for the most part. There's only been a couple of games where they've been just not in it. But yeah, they're playing. I was just loving it when Fitzgerald bunted with Adames with 1 out in the 10th. I was thinking today.
Oh, today. My bad. Yeah.
It seems like yesterday. Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
But
he did that the other night. Yeah.
If he got that down, Giants win it on a safety squeeze. Now, if Roger Craig was managing, suicide squeeze.
Right.
Which is, to me, suicide squeeze and inside the ballpark home run are two of the most exciting
plays in
baseball because it's just like, here he comes.
What's going to happen?
Man, I was always taught, if you see my coach, if you see him taking off and you're pitching, throw it at his head. Throw it at his head. That's what I was taught. Russ Stanley, my coach. Yeah.
Throw it at his head, huh?
Throw it at his head. I go, really? Okay.
Harris has a good point. Bailey is a good bunter. He laid out a beautiful one last night. That helped the team be able to get that win yesterday.
He should be able to bunt with the size of that torpedo bat he's got.
Good point.
Jesus. Hit the bat. Lay down and get the ball on that bat. Boom. Well, you think it would be easier for a bunter, wouldn't you? You get the thick, meaty part of it, just boop.
That makes sense.
Could you imagine a bunt on a torpedo bat going into the outfield over the infield?
It clears the infield.
The grass.
It happened last week.
You could do it, yeah.
It happened last week.
Hit the grass on a bunt?
No, a guy with left-handed hitter, and he bunted the ball, went over the third baseman's head down the line.
I didn't see that one.
Yeah.
Senior says Bailey's here to stay. He's here to control the pitching staff and nothing more, nothing less. Buster loves Bailey. Bailey's here and he's valuable as a catcher, but if they ever go to the ABS system, he's no longer valuable.
Right.
I don't think they go to that first. If they do anything, it's probably the challenge.
The challenge would be first. Yeah.
The challenge. Yeah.
And Eric, you saw Fuji wrote us.
Just sent the money. What did you get? Fuji, did you do another square? Right on, man. Which square did you get, buddy?
What number?
Let me bring this up here so I can adjust. Nice. There you go. Fuji, man, donating another one. Thank you, sir.
Johnny says if the Giants make the playoffs and my plus 375 cashes, he'll call in. And I'll tell you how to say that. There we go.
Nice.
Johnny looks like, Johnny, he looks like that name. He looks like a center in hockey. Can you give us a goal score for Cesare? Like a little puck gets into the crease. Cesare, go! Give me a.
I think Glenn, since he's done it, would be a little bit better.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. I think so.
We don't want.
I'm not a freaking trained monkey. This ain't no circus, Lou. Jesus.
You got some great calls, though, man.
Put 25 cents in the hat, and Glenn's supposed to dance around and do calls, huh?
And we do got a square. Do it for Fuji.
For Fuji.
Well, actually,
how about next week? Next week, I'll need a script. If I'm going to do something, I want to do it right.
There you go.
Hey, you guys want to see a really great bet?
Been a while since I called a game.
Thanks,
you want to see what $5? I did this on the show one night. $5. Wait a minute. Was it 5? Look at this. Did he pick a square?
Hold on. I'll get rid of that for now.
There we go.
Okay. $5. Like, is it showing up?
There it is. $5
to win $505. $500. The Giants win the World Series. I get $500 on $5 bet.
There you go.
Yeah.
Wow. How much did I win last night? I'm back into it. I won $632 yesterday. That wasn't bad.
What on the horse? What would you bet on?
What did I have, Eric? I had 2 bets. I lost one, and I won the $632.
I thought you didn't bet anymore.
He's back.
I'm back.
I thought you didn't bet.
I'm back.
He's back.
What did I have? Okay, I had.
You had that the A's won. You would have.
I had all 4 WNBA games Friday and one yesterday.
You bet against the Valkyries? Good call. Easy money.
Yeah, I had them to lose, and I had LA to cover. I did it for you, Lou. You told me you had a friend of yours works down there or something, right?
It was easy money. It was only 7.5.
Yeah, so I covered all 4 games, and I had one other game. What was it, Eric?
I know it's Giants A's, right? Didn't you say?
I'll look it up. Yeah.
What do you think of that comment, Glenn?
What's that?
I would play to see Dan at a WA with Glenn.
I'm waiting for Glenn to look up. He's not looking.
No, he's trying to think of his games from yesterday.
I'm bringing up what I bet on.
All right, he wants 15 and 75. Got it.
Oh, 75. Is that Birdsong?
No, that's Zito, ain't it?
Oh yeah, what number Birdsong wearing?
60. 60.
Okay. Who's 15? Boch?
Bochy.
Yeah. He's going for the old timers. There we go. I got a little mixed in with the old timers and the new. I didn't get any. Shoot, I should have bought 40. Somebody else bought 40. I love Mad Bum. So he's back.
Oh, here it is. Here it is. I bet on Minnesota Lynx to cover. They did. Los Angeles Sparks to cover. They did by, I think, what? They won by about 18. The Maple Leafs to win. They won.
Maple Leafs.
What else did I have?
They lost tonight at home, but you got them when they won. Had to win to force game 7. Good call.
I had 2 other ones.
You had Giants and A's.
Yeah.
You're talking about that one.
Yeah.
You had a big parlay?
The other game I could remember was I had the Collingwood Magpies to win outright, and they did.
You parlayed the whole thing. Wow.
Yeah, picked 5 games, and the last one was Collingwood. That game started like 3 our time, and they won. They won.
Oh, you did a baseball, all 5. So you had a 5 thing, a 4, 2, 4 threes.
I bet $25 to get all 5, and with the multiplier, then I had a good day. $629. And then I had some small ones. So
Can we get you to buy a square?
Who, me?
Yeah, he's already bought it.
I bought a square. I'm buying 4 more.
Yep.
Plus, I sold. How many did I sell, Eric? 8 or 9. I got 9 on the board there.
A lot of them.
I pick up the phone. I called my buddies. I said, "Buy a square." Okay.
Yeah, I got a
few. Lenny's on for 4. I said, "You want to buy a square? What's it for?" As soon as I told him what it's for, he goes, "Well, I can't go to the game if I win, but can I buy 4?" I said, "Sure."
Yep.
And he paid me right away. I transferred it over to Eric.
Ed Sousa, Siebes, yourself.
There we go.
Well,
tell everybody about getting the tickets. Yes.
And
when I got guys on the phone, we're doing business calls and stuff during the day or selling advertising. I say, "Hey, want to buy a square? Support this?" Yeah, okay.
So now we got Fuji at 75 and 15. So we're slowly but surely.
Look at the 70s are getting full.
Yep.
The 20s and the teens are getting full. There's only 16 left.
No one in the 80s.
18.
80s are not feeling any love at all.
Although Dallas got number 80, but 81 through 90, yeah.
Yeah, 81 through 89, not so much.
Come on,
what's really cool about it,
Niner
guys,
fans, you should buy 81, 84, 88, and 89.
Yeah.
All
there you
Super
go.
Bowl championships.
Hey, that's good.
I just gave you an idea if you're a Niner fan.
So you got Lumpy, Sturbs, and Lenny up there. They can't go to the game if they won. Lumpy bought.
Oh, and Lumpy. Yeah, Lumpy is in there.
Lumpy bought 2. He said, "Can I buy 2?" I'm like, "Sure."
Wait, we've got Lumpy and Turd in there. That's really
yeah.
Lumpy Turd.
a lumpy turd. Yeah, there we go. We need to get 5 and 6 filled up ASAP. Oh man.
But what's cool about it is they know they can't go if they win, and they're like, that's what my buddies are all like that. I gotta give them a thumbs up because he said, "Well, no, it's that's a good cause, so I'll buy a square 4 or whatever." And it didn't matter what the prize was. You could have been giving away the Lumpy Turd. They didn't care. They just wanted to support it. So I give my hat off to those guys.
Can we get anybody named Missile in there? Missile.
Oh my God.
Missile wants to buy. Put that square up again. Let me see that. Let me see those numbers. Yeah, Missile wants number 1.
Oh my God, dude. Oh,
show's going downhill here.
Here it goes. Tom, I didn't know. Did you donate? Oh, he did donate tonight. Right on. So Tom, I know he's good for it.
Did he donate, or is he saying he had a missile? What?
He don't. I think he's good for number 23.
Hey guys,
no,
enjoy the game tomorrow. We start a new series at home. I got to head over to the newsroom, get ready for the upcoming newscast at the top of the hour. 20 minutes. Okay, see you tomorrow.
All right, take it easy, Glenn.
Yep, see ya.
All right.
See you, Glenn.
See ya.
Hey, don't forget Springs on waivers.
Oh my gosh, where's it at? Let me figure this out here. There we go.
Mark Gray says he bought another square. All right, the squares are coming in.
Holy crap! What did Mark? What number?
It's Capo's Pizza. I'm telling you, it drives more squares. I love it.
Drives more squares. Women.
Dan, if you ever come to the city, we'll go visit Tommy and we'll go by Capo's. You can see how good both places are.
There we go. I'll be coming up, man. Once I get these hips in place, man.
When are you getting that done? Soon?
Wednesday, the first one.
Oh, how long are you going to be on the shelf for?
I don't know. I'm just hoping a few days. Hopefully just a few days where I'm, roughing it. And then hoping by the weekend I'll be
39.
39 for Kruk.
I like it. So Mark Graves with another one.
Did you see the highlight the other day when Kruk threw it, hit Winfield, and Winfield came out after him?
Yeah, and he just kind of just moved off to the sea. Just kind of gave him a little alley-oop.
Yeah. So
right there. Now we got those fielded. Oh, there we go.
Hey, buy one for Buster's. I should have bought one for Buster. I should change. Maybe I should put Buster's name on one of those. One of my other ones. Buster, what number you want?
Tired. It's Sunday.
And there's his toy. Go. There's his chicken. See what he did to his chicken? Look what he did to his chicken.
He was hungry.
Oh, wow. He tore that thing up.
He was hungry. He thought it looked like a nice KFC.
Yeah, his catcher saved his life, 100%. He's like, man, I don't want that.
Yeah, boy. What you doing?
Hey, Fuji donates another $2. He's asking you a question, Lou. Have you seen a Giants analyst at Tommy's lately?
I have not seen her yet. I did ask the owner who just got back in, and then I told him about Tristan Beck's last performance. He gave up 5 in a third of an inning, gave up 5 runs, walked 3, hit a Batman. So I don't think we're going to be seeing him in the pros for a while, but he's coming off an injury, so we'll see. But I asked about the girl, the VP merchandise, who me and Dan have said, sometimes I'm not sure. Like, they gave away vests last night, and they only had medium and large. That was it. And they were unisex. So what are you supposed to do? I don't understand it. You go to these giveaways and they only do 15 out of 40,000. So there you go, Dallas. Good man. He knows capos. And I'm going to try to get another $50 at Tony's Pizza. So you can go to either one. Highly recommend them both. And then
I saw today on Marty's channel, Original Joe's is opening up in Walnut Creek at the end of the month. Nice.
Yep.
That's my stomping grounds. I grew up just next to Walnut Creek in Concord. But
that's only about an hour from here now. It's a little bit closer.
Yeah, shoot, man. I know who's going to be. I know Larry. He lives in Walnut Creek. He's going to be hitting Original Joe's, I bet.
Nice.
Yeah. Darn. I got to get up there, man. The Bay Area. I miss the especially in the summer. I miss the weather in the Bay Area.
Right.
I love, you know what? When you come from Arizona from the summer and you go up to the city and you walk down the Embarcadero, you park over at, where do I park at? What's the name of that place? I forget.
Red Java.
And I walk 15 minutes down the Embarcadero and it's like 60 degrees and I'm wearing shorts and my Joe Panic jersey. Best feeling in the world.
Yeah, I bet.
You go from 115 to 60. I'm shorts year round, man. I don't think I've worn the only time I worn pants this past year or last year, and last year was I went to a wedding. I couldn't show up in shorts, but
that's gonna be tough.
Dan, when I lived in Chandler and when I went to school at U of A in Tucson, I think I went for graduation, and then when my parents took me out to dinner, that was the only time I wore pants. Shorts. And when I lived at Chandler, because I ran the Big Fives out there, I did have to wear them just for work. But I'd wear shorts to work. I'd have the pants in my office, put pants on, work, and then take them right off.
Oh yeah, I got these. Crocs I wear. They're slip-ons. They're great. They're so comfortable. I take them in my car to my appointment. If I have to wear my dress shoes, as I got to see a client. As soon as I get back in the car, man, I take those freaking tight mothers off me and put my Crocs on. I hate those, dress shoes that are so tight. I can't even get them on. I need a stinking shoehorn. because they're just stiff.
But I will say one thing too, something about these tickets now that they started and they finally fixed it the other night. So with these tickets too, if you win, when you go to the ballpark and you go through the field club special entrance, they give you, they click in, you then get a free cocktail with the tickets. So if you like, say us three were to go sit in my seats, you go in, you do the digital, you then go to a beer stand, you show the tickets, you get a free beer up to
all four
$20 worth.
All four of them.
So
if you bring your kids,
they would get sodas, but you can get four beers.
You get
for
4
yourself,
beers, right?
and then just buy, you have to buy the kids the sodas. But yeah, so the tickets now also include a free beer, so it's not a bad deal.
That's not bad.
What do they got at the ballpark? Coke or Pepsi?
I'm not sure, but what I was going to say is Friday night was freezing. I had gloves on and a knit hat for fireworks.
That's just not right.
Cold.
That's just not right. Mid-May, you shouldn't be freezing in a baseball game. And it's the same thing in July in San Francisco.
Yeah, we got to remember we're right on the bay. People
I know.
think candles. The stick was cold. This Oracle is pretty cold.
Oh, Anthony says Coke. Okay, I can deal with Coke, but I like Pepsi better. But anyway, you got September and early October. Great weather at San Francisco. All of a sudden, you get what they call it, the Indian summer, right? Kind of
Indian, yeah.
Well, October is the Indian summer.
Yeah,
that's what our best weather is.
Yeah, I mean, it's just unbelievable. It's just that's why they used to have those when they made the playoffs often. They built for October, right? Now I think it's a trademark for the Dodgers. Stinking scumbags.
Aaron, he's asking, what did I think of military festivity? Yeah, that was pretty good. I like the hat. The hats were nice. The socks had to go.
Yeah,
the socks, man, they didn't go with the jerseys. There was something with those socks that were just a little bit weird. But I like the hats. The hats look really nice. The digital camo with the white and gray, and then the olive.
Yeah, it was weird. It was sort of weird on Friday because it's Orange Friday.
Go get them, Buster.
Right.
I wore my orange shirt, but then they had the orange jersey, and then they had the hats.
You go
white hat. It was a little weird.
With it.
Yeah,
go get him. Go get him. Go get him. Go get him. Go get him.
That's a good point. Hey, Dan.
Yeah.
Where's it at?
Go get him.
They have a big Coke bottle in left field.
Oh, that's right. It is Coke. Yeah. I guess it is Coke.
I know. Whoops. Oh man.
Oh man. Who's there so late? It's actually my neighbor. My camera, my Ring doorbell caught my neighbor
Pretty
walking
sensitive,
on the curb. Yeah.
Yeah.
So Buster, he hears that on my phone, the ding-a-ling, the dring, and then all of a sudden he's just
he's not liking it.
Now he's going outside. He's going to go bark at him. He's going to go down this side right over here.
Bark at him.
Bark at him. Let him know, hey, get off my turf. Apparently Dan hasn't been down the slide. No, and Dan will not be going down the slide.
No.
Not going to test his new hips with the slide either.
No. Not a good idea.
I could maybe, test your grandson or something. I can throw him down.
There you go.
Push him, give him a nice little put. Not too hard. Just make it fun.
That would make sense.
Dan, yesterday was dog days out at the ballpark. That's why it was.
I saw a couple on TV. I love the dogs.
On the bleachers, man. You had to get a special ticket. You could sit in the bleachers with your dog yesterday.
Do they see? He's barking. I hear him.
Yeah.
I heard it.
And then he come back in. Look, he comes back in. You little chicken. What'd you do? And he comes back in with his hair up, his cackles up on his.
Yeah.
You such a little weasel. You are. Look at you. Hey, buddy. Yeah, you get your treats. I know. He gets his treats right before.
Dallas
bed.
says you could set up certain zones where that's an alert in certain areas. Eliminate the false alarms.
Yeah. It only picks it up when it's you got to go set it up by sensitivity or whatever. Yeah. So in fact, I got to charge that. It's due to be charged. So what do we got here with what was I looking at here? Oh yeah. What's going on, you guys think, with Casey Schmidt and Encarnacion? I haven't heard anything about when they're going to get called up.
I heard he re-aggravated his hand. Encarnacion.
Yeah, he was there Friday signing autographs right on the corner of the dugout. I tried to send you guys some photos of the videos, and he was there signing autographs. But then that night there was a report that he took a major setback.
Yes,
something
at the game, at batting practice.
For a while. No,
no.
Playing games in Sacramento.
Oh shoot!
Yeah. So
did he have anything on his hand by chance? Did he have any kind of brace on his hand?
No, he was very nice with the kids. He was signing a lot of autographs. He was throwing baseballs out to a lot of kids in our area, which was really nice.
That's cool.
There was a kid from Miami next to me that got a ball, and then he was being very generous. And then after the fireworks show, I was listening to Dan's show coming home with Dallas, and all of a sudden there was a report that he took another setback. It's like, wait a minute. I thought he was coming. So I'm not sure it would have to be in the transactions. You'd have to look it up. But, yeah, he signed too many autographs. Yeah, great point, Dan. He was just, Dallas, super nice guy. And, by the way, we know how tall he looks on TV. He was literally a foot taller than everybody in the dugout.
Yeah, he's a big dude.
It was amazing.
That was my teen years, Graham. Okay, I've matured a little bit.
Oh my God, that was so damn funny.
And I learned it from my older brother, so it wasn't an original.
It wasn't an original. Oh man. Oh.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, as far as Casey, I think he's still just out there getting his rehab in, right?
Yeah, I think so. But he only played 2 games. He played. Was the first game Thursday or Friday? And
yeah, I don't think he played today.
And I don't know if he played the second day too. I'm trying to remember. I thought he may have sat out 2 days. I wonder if he re-aggravated his.
It's an oblique, man. That's why anytime they say, "Oh, it's only going to be a couple of weeks with the oblique," it never is.
Yeah,
it never is. Look at Sean Manaea. He's still out. He ain't coming back until like June.
I'm trying to look up anything on Casey Schmidt, and I don't see any reports. The Giants. That's one thing the Giants don't seem to do very well is give updates. Their beat reporters on their, guys that are what's going on in the minor leagues or injuries. I wonder if, I don't know where to look it up.
But, they're very hush-hush.
I did like that. I do like Casey at first. You remember that one play against Cincinnati when the guy bunted and he came in and threw him out at the plate?
At home.
That's awesome. That's like you don't see that at a first baseman.
No.
And if he can hit, if Casey could hit, he could be the first base. It's really a shame, man. His break. Here's Wade having a horrible year, and
had a chance.
Yeah, and he started hitting, then he gets hurt, and he loses a full month, and he could have been, maybe taking the everyday job. Dang.
Yeah. I mean, look what Fitzgerald's done since he came back.
Yeah.
We take it for granted. His bunts, his play, his speed.
Yeah. I love
the Giants were missing him.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah, and Koss played really good today too at second base. Koss he's a good backup. Koss is a good backup. So anyway, we'll have to we do have some tickets that we could maybe give away here. I got some tickets for a game in against the Pirates, I think. I don't know. We'll look at it. I'll look at it.
Nice.
Get rid of those. Anyway, Lou, I got to get up there. My goal is August.
Okay. And then Eric, make sure you know what we talked about. Since we have a guy doing all the hard work, let's get together for a game.
Absolutely. 100%. Yep.
There you go.
And we'll go to Campos before so you can sort of see if it's worth it.
Absolutely.
I
got it. It's all quality assurance. They're making sure everything's on the up and up.
I got it.
Quality control.
There
You
you
don't
go.
want me. You don't want me testing capos. I can guarantee that. Unless you want to unless you want to have sit in the next section.
Exactly. Yeah. No.
Dairy intolerance, man.
Yeah, I know. Let's not. Yeah, stay away from the cheese, man. Stay away from the
Exactly,
cheese.
because you don't want that cheese that's coming out.
No, sir.
Man, I finally learned it.
Anthony, it's in August. It's in August.
August, yeah. Oh, for your guys' San Diego trip, right?
San Diego 20th. Yeah.
Oh, so right in between the two games that they could choose from then.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Right
well,
on.
guys, we ready to rock and roll? Get out of here?
Yeah. Hey, good show. Thanks for everyone showing up, hanging out, talking some Giants baseball and just baseball in general. And again, guys, if you guys want to donate a square, come visit Dan's channel here, NorCal Sports Network. You can also see us on Giant Sports Talk Live. And if you guys are interested in those squares, again, get the Win 4 tickets. But more importantly, it's going to a great cause. That's the biggest point of the whole thing. So.
Oh yeah, hey guys, I'll share with you something really cool. This is kind of a funny story. Cody, he did his show Friday night, and was it Friday night? What was the 1-0 game? Maybe it was last night.
Yesterday.
I think it was last night. Yeah, he did a show last night, and he said on the show that Ramos was going to hit a leadoff home run because Springs, lefty, the type of pitcher he was, he said Ramos will lead off with a home run, and he said, and knowing the Giants, they won't score again and they'll lose 2-1. And it stayed 2-1 until the eighth inning when they got 2 in the bottom of the 8th.
Nice.
I gave him a little text, and he said, "Yeah, in the 7th inning, he put a reverse voodoo curse on it so that it would flip."
Hey, there you go. Hey, whatever it takes, man.
Yeah.
All right, guys, let's get out of here. So we'll see you guys throughout the week. See ya. Woo!